World record silver prices have been hit, highest prices in the universe ever. But even more importantly, something is happening that will propel the price even higher in the future. Something that most people aren't talking about. We're going to talk about it today, and I believe it is the biggest factor as to why we can look forward to astronomically higher prices for silver as we head into not just the coming months and year, but even decades. And it's happening right now. And we're going to talk about it a little bit later in this video. But first, we're going to talk about something even more important, and that is you. Thank you for joining me down here in the basement. We're basement dwellers. We love to talk about silver and gold. All I ask is that you please subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up. That really helps. And turn on the bell notification. Now let's talk about some crazy, interesting developments in silver. Then we're going to talk about this biggest factor, and it's happening right now. Most people don't know about it. You're going to learn about it. Let's dig in, though, first and check out the silver price today, because is not it a thing of beauty? That is the spot price of silver currently on Kitco at the LBMA, I believe, in London, England, up 86 cents. Gosh, $86. Hey, you never know, right? A couple of years from now, we may be saying that, but 62.73. Let's head out to CNBC and take a look at the, hold on one second here, guys. Take a look at the futures price. There we go. Awesome. We should have that. Hold on here. Yep, we've got it up on the screen. Sorry, we are live. There's so much happening. The March 2026, almost $63 per ounce. Unbelievable. What about $500 silver? Remember, we're going to talk later about what is happening right now officially. I am declaring it that will help provide a massive tailwind for the price of gold and silver in the next decade. But this is why this is a little eye candy for us this morning, why we can expect much higher prices in the future. This is a really interesting chart that's going around that compares the silver price. I'll circle it down here from 1999 to present to what happened between 1970 and 1980. So 1970 and 1980, that's the bottom x-axis. That's the blue line. Okay, you can see what happened to the silver price during that period. Okay, went and then went all the way up. If we look at the overlay, which is the top axis from 1999 to 2027, that's the gray line. As you can see, it followed, the gray line followed, and here we are today, okay, December of 2025, and maybe we're even more up here now. If we continue at that current trajectory, this goes out to 2027, we could be at $500 silver. Don't make the mistake. Don't think that it's not possible, because we sat down here 1 year ago when silver was what, $30 an ounce? And no one would have believed us if we said that in 1 year, on December 11th, happy December 11th, by the way, 2026, that we would have silver above $60 per ounce. It can happen. It will happen. I want to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mint. They're a silver mint located in Las Vegas, Nevada. They are owned by First Majestic Silver, who mines the silver in Mexico, sends it to Las Vegas, where it's transformed into world-class silver bullion products like this. Year of the Dragon coin, a real beauty, but they've got all kinds of different products you can check out at their website. The silver goes directly from the mine to the mint to you. No COMEX, no LBMA, right? You get to get the freshest silver in town, free shipping on orders over $299. And because I know you want to see it, I'll pull up their website for you. They do have a Cyber Monday sale going on. Let's go back to that, where you can buy bars for $1 over spot. I do want to mention to you that the discount code does not apply to that specific sale. And the discount code is you, very important person, RB, like Ron's Basement. VIP RB. Check out First Mint. It's a big honor to have them as a sponsor of Ron's Basement and to make our basement dweller community possible. Wow, we got a lot more. We got the biggest thing ever. We're going to get to that, but let's look at a few more interesting silver facts that are coming at us pretty much at the speed of light. Silver Ape King brought this up. Silver breaking through $60 is historic structural change. Historic, guys. We are making history. Whether it takes 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months to reach 70 doesn't change that the ceiling has cracked open. Okay, we are in. Reason we want to remember this. We are in uncharted territory for silver. Anyone who owns silver right now, hopefully that's you, right, is in the money. Right, is making money. People don't typically sell things when they're in the money, in the green. And that's in the United States, but we know what's going on around the world as well, where there's like a frenzy to buy silver. We are in uncharted territory, and I won't tease you again with this, but we're going to talk about the big thing that officially, according to me, and I'm right about this because I've been talking about it for years, is happening right now that can propel silver up to those levels like we just talked about of $500. But there are still lines forming for silver, just a little more eye candy. I don't really like that phrase, but oh well. From Bullion Star, they're a massive bullion dealer in Asia, in Singapore, the premier bullion dealer. They're still posting pictures. These are people lining up before the shop opens to buy physical silver. These are the people that are wanting to get the physical in their hand immediately. Not to mention the fact that, now most people are buying their physical. A lot of people are buying their physical online. But the other thing that I wanted to mention to you about that is that's not happening in the United States. Okay, actually, what I'm hearing, some varied reports, but a lot of people, the coin shops still have an unbelievable amount of inventory in the United States. And at first glance, you may say, oh, that's not good. That's not a good sign, blah, blah, blah. No, that's a great sign because the price of silver is still going to the moon because of physical demand. It's a worldwide market. I know you probably live in the United States of America like I do, right? But it's silver and gold are worldwide markets, and throughout the world, the physical demand for silver and gold, for that matter, are through the roof. You can't argue with that. Now, the reason why the rather, let's say, somewhat subdued demand for silver in the United States, the reason why that's actually a good thing is because it gives massive room for a new massive demand source to come into the silver market. When the Americans wake up, those people in America who maybe don't own any silver, who we like to refer to affectionately as the sheeple, right? 97%, your neighbors, your uncles, your aunts, you're going to see them at the holidays when they wake up and they say, we need to get some silver. I won't do it again, I promise. But right, that could be a massive new source of demand for silver. We know the ETF, different data is coming through, but ETF demand is going up. But remember, the key takeaway here, okay, right? You may live in Montana, wherever you're joining me from. I get it, right? You may I think 60% of you are in the United States, according to YouTube's analytics. But silver is a worldwide market. And like Keith Neumeyer said, like Phillips Baker said, the former CEO of America's biggest silver company, this rally has been built on physical demand. This is what's happening now is the physical market is fighting with the paper, the Fantasy Island, COMEX, and the LBMA, the London Bullion Market Association, right? The physical demand is what's driven this price increase that we've seen in silver. I think it looks better. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. Wrong. A year ago, I predicted higher silver prices. We got them today. I'm usually right. When I don't know about you, but when I look at the big picture, technically, fundamentally, I just see unbelievable opportunity for us as we go down the road. All right, let's go. A few more things, then we're going to get to the biggest story in the history of the universe for silver. But the biggest story, again, is you. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you to First Mining Gold. There, thank you, Susie. That's upstairs. Susie chimed in. Thank you for the super chat. I'll recognize that in just a few minutes. But First Mining Gold is a Canadian gold development stage company. They've got two massive multi-million ounce projects, multi-million ounce in Canada, right? Look, that's very unique. There aren't a lot of these big development stage gold projects with gold that's proven to be in the ground in Canada. It's a very exciting story. They've had a great 2025. It's a stock that I personally have owned for years. I owned it before they sponsored my channel. But it's something that I'm very interested in. You might want to check them out. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Stocks, everything is risky. Okay. So do your own due diligence. However, you can check them out at firstmininggold.com. And you know what? It's a special day. So let's quickly, want to pull up their website. Here it is. firstmininggold.com. There it is right there, advancing two major gold projects in Canada. There's a plethora of information out there about First Mining Gold. Now let's go. How about $64 silver? The $64,000 question. Are we going to get $64 silver? Let's see where the price closed in China recently. And here we go. All right, hold on. All right, this comes from the Oriental Ghost, who provides daily updates on what's happening at the Shanghai Gold Exchange and the Shanghai Futures Exchange. That's the SGE and the SHFE, the Futures Exchange. This is silver, okay, AG, that's the symbol on the periodic element table. Look at this, guys. I should have made it bigger. Oh, well, $63.67. Why is that important? Because that's the Shanghai Gold Exchange. Here, I'll circle that for you too. Price of silver in China. The Shanghai Gold Exchange is an actual physical market. It's strange the way they do that in China. Not like the LBMA or the COMEX in the United States of America, where there's like 300 paper ounces for each 1 ounce in existence. No, the Shanghai Gold Exchange is a physical market. The reason why we want to pay attention to that is because everybody knows that China in the East are taking over, or at minimum for right now, gaining major influence over the price of the precious metals. The price of silver in China is approaching $64 per ounce. Am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Are we in a dream together? $64 silver? I just want to say it one more time. Remember, guys, 1 year ago, this would have been a dream, right? A dream that we knew would come true, but it actually is happening. It's happening right now. A lot of you guys are asking about that blindfolded teddy bear behind me. That's the silver bear. I forget his name. Upstairs, Susie will chime in here and remind me in a second. But he's blindfolded with a blindfold that says $85. That blindfold only comes off that cute little teddy bear, and you're gonna be here for it when we get to $85 silver. I want to remind you that big giant teddy bear with the Santa Claus hat on, right, holding the ledger sign. For years, he had a blindfold for gold that said $2,500. Go back and look at a video of mine from 2-3 years ago. People said we were crazy to think that gold would ever get to $2,500. That bear's going to be blindfolded for eternity.
The gold bear,
Goldie is the gold bear.
and the small bear, Smitty.
Smitty. Yeah, there's Smitty, the silver bear, right there behind the First Mining Gold sign. Right. So anyway, $85. You'll be here. It'll be a big party down in the basement. Maybe we'll even have a special guest, like, I don't know, maybe Keith Newmeyer or somebody like, royalty from the silver world will join us for it. Everybody say hi to Upstairs Susie. You know what? Do me a favor. Tell her thank you in the comments. She moderates these. Wonderful person. I'm not here without the help of this. This is my wife, Upstairs Susie. High five, silver investors. Thank you for all your help today, Susie. We all appreciate you.
You bet, dear.
Okay. All right. Now the big story. The biggest story. It is happening right now. This will provide a tailwind, I believe, 100% for the price of precious metals as we move into not just the next month, quarter, year, decades. Okay. It's stagflation. But how do we know it happened? Yesterday, yesterday sealed the deal. And the reason why is twofold. Yesterday, the Federal Reserve, our old friend Jerome Powell, I'll get him out here in a second, the Jerome in a box, lowered interest rates. But even more importantly, I'll come out and say it. They announced QE, quantitative easing, money printing again. And they didn't just announce that it might happen. They announced it's going to start tomorrow. The QE comes out like the old Annie song, right? The QE starts tomorrow. Put away your heartache and your sorrow, right? It's the reality. They're starting QE. Guys, this is happening, okay? They're printing money and lowering interest rates in an environment where we have inflation. That is the definition of stagflation. That is the definition of panic at the Fed. That is the definition of this guy being up a creek without a paddle, or another way. And we've been talking about this for 3 years. This box, right, has been here for 3 years. On one side of the box, we have I for inflation. On the other side, we have recession. This is the stagflation box. And guess who's stuck in it? I love him. I think he's a cute guy. All that. Kind of feel sorry for him a little bit, maybe not too much, is Jerome Powell. He's in a box. He's boxed in. His only thing, we've said this, and what did they announce yesterday? QE is print money. The reason he's in a box, and this is critical to understand, and it might just believe, trust me, you can get this, you can understand it. When you have a recession, like a lot of people think we have right now, I mean, talk to anybody, even Trump saying the affordability crisis, whatever, right? When you have a recession, okay, you need to cut interest rates and print money, which is what they did yesterday. But if you do it at the same time that you have inflation, it makes this get worse. So when this skyrockets, get ready for higher prices in 2026. When this skyrockets, they need to cut rates. But if there's a recession, raise rates. If there's a recession going on at the same time, okay, that makes the recession worse. What you're seeing here is whatever they do to fix either side makes the other side worse. What they've chosen and is their only option is to print money. Right? They're throwing the American people under the bus, okay? Because of the situation that we have fiscally in this country with massive deficits, and now they're printing money. 40 billion a month they're buying. The Fed is printing money, which by definition creates inflation, right? Devalues, dilutes the value of the money that exists to subsidize our government, who's basically running the country like a family that's using a payday loan store, because the United States government at this point is issuing all these short-term treasury bills. They're not selling 10-year and 30-year bonds. They're selling short-term treasury bills that the Fed is going to buy with money that they create out of thin air. Fantasy Island money. Here, there's some right there. Okay, no, that's actually not. I'm sorry, I digress. That's not it. That's a silver certificate. That's when the dollar, see that at the top, was based. They're not doing this. Sorry, they're doing this. This is a fiat paper money note. So it is the biggest thing. It is, let me bring this back home. This is probably the biggest thing ever right now that's happened in gold and silver. Right now, the Fed is printing money. Right now, the Fed is lowering interest rates. Right now, we are living in stagflation. They're not gonna tell the sheeple. I'm sorry, I did it again. Watching CNBC and CNN and MSNBC or whatever the heck they call it now in Fox Business. No, they're not gonna tell. We are in stagflation now. Even more important for us to realize, the last time the United States had stagflation was here. I'm going to bring it back, and then we got a lot more to talk about. Don't you worry. Okay. The last time that the United States was in stagflation was the blue line. Remember the blue at the bottom? 1970 to 1980. That's the price of silver during the period where we had stagflation. Don't forget, we are here right now. If we are to continue on that same trajectory, we look forward to prices like $500 silver. Okay. Now, things are different now. And then we're going to go on to talk another. I'm sorry. I should have told you this earlier in the live stream. I got another major news story about silver. We're going to cover that in just 1 second. But before we do that, I want to mention this to you. The way I look at silver right now is very similar to a child. It's like a child who just moved from elementary school into middle school. The reason why I say is because over the last decades, like silver was like an elementary school child who pretty much believes whatever you tell them. Okay, I've got daughters that are in middle school. When they were in elementary school, the world's wonderful. They're easily manipulated. We'll leave it that way. Not that I would never manipulate my kids, but the price of silver was like an elementary time. Now, the price of silver in the silver market has moved on to adolescence, to middle school, where they're rebellious, where it's starting to think for itself. It's breaking away. It's not easily influenced or manipulated. Now, like any one of you who've ever raised a teenage kid realizes, they're thinking for themselves. They're acting for themselves. And that's, I believe, where we are right now. The good thing with silver, we still have high school and college to get through. So maybe it is that $500 silver. Okay, big story about silver. Another big story. Stagflation is happening now. Nobody else is going to talk about it. We already covered that. Next, we're going to talk about how silver is the new oil. Before we do that, I want to tell you guys, I'm helping support a charity. If you're in a charitable mood, you want to just do something nice this year around the holidays, please go check out Hope Walks. Okay, it's a charity that treats children that are born with clubfoot all around the world. It's a horrible disability for a child to be born with. Look, a lot of people in the United States, the West, are born with it, but we get treated right away. Okay, but in poor countries, third world countries, Africa, all over the world, they don't have the know-how or the money to treat it. And this organization, Hope Walks, is making that happen. I think last year they helped treat like 20,000 kids. It's very treatable. It's very fixable. And it's a situation. I mean, even I think Troy Aikman and Mia Hamm, right? They were born with clubfoot, and through treatment, like people in the West get immediately, it can be fixed. And it only costs like $500 per child to fix it. So please check out Hope Walks. I would appreciate it. Now, the biggest story ever, well, for the rest of this live stream in silver, is that silver is the new oil. Okay, look, I'm going to explain to you why, and not just from a price perspective, but another component that is super exciting about where the silver price and the value of silver, the real value of silver, can be heading. Oh, shoot, I forgot to share this with you. There's the DXY index down significantly. Let me touch on this, okay? Because if you look at it over a 5-day period, look at the dollar index. Wow, get that thing out of the way. Get off the screen. Can't get that black box to go away. There it goes. Okay, the dollar index is down again. This compares the US dollar to a bunch of other fiat currencies, so we don't pay that close attention to it. But relative to other fiat currencies, when the dollar goes down, that's yet another tailwind for gold and silver. And now let's go check out this, okay? Unbelievable historic occurrence right now. Today, 1 ounce of silver, this comes from Marin Katusa, buys more than 1 ounce of gold. Why is that important? Look, probably about a year ago, we talked about this on a regular basis, that silver is the new energy metal. So from a couple perspectives, this is critical. All right, okay, we'll leave that up for 1 second. Look, guys, you can buy 1 barrel of oil right now with 1 ounce of silver. That's really never happened in the history of the world. 2 reasons why. I'm going to give you the little reason first and the big reason second. This is important for us. Number 1, it shows the real value of silver. How many times, let me pull this up, have we talked about this? All right, here's the backside of that first mint coin. It's got the Chinese calendar. We tend to value this, price this in US dollars, but you can also think of the value of an ounce of silver in things like oil, right? Or loaves of bread, or gallons of gasoline, or going out to eat with your family, whatever, right? We've talked about that. We don't have to just price silver in US dollars. And what that shows right now, that you can buy 1 barrel of oil, is that the real value of silver is going up. But it's even more exciting when you think about the fact, okay, that silver is the new energy metal, take a step back, right? Silver has its monetary components, which are massive. Silver's been money for longer than gold, for that matter. Silver's definitely got a massive monetary store of value component, but silver's also, from an industrial perspective, the new energy metal, right? And we beat on this about a year ago, and now we're seeing it, I believe, come to fruition because silver's the most conductive metal of electricity on the face of the earth. Some people argue that, but if not the most, okay? All right. It's used in solar panels to generate electricity. Massive amounts are used in nuclear power plants to generate electricity. It's used in all the electronics that have to do with energy and transferring information. Silver is the new energy metal. And again, right, we can't make anything light of that. And yeah, wow, guys, can you believe what we are living through right now? We are in stagflation. It's happening right now. Please, bookmark that in your mind. I believe it creates a very, very optimistic future for the price of silver and gold, for that matter. Everywhere we look, all the fundamental reasons, all the technical reasons, they're all there. Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for a great holiday gift, let me pull this up. Please check out. Oh, yeah, the super chat. Oh, super thanks. Thank you. Don't forget, check out Dirty Man Safe. I've got one hanging. Where is it? Right there from the ceiling. There's a discount. Okay, thank you, Susie. 30 Man Safe. These things are cool. That's all I can say. Check it out for yourself. It gives you the ability to bury treasure in the ground, just like the pirates did. They come in a variety of sizes. This is their new micro crypto edition. Okay, I've actually got a 5-ounce silver bar in here from First Mint, of course. And here you go. Right. But you can store whatever you like in these. And I got more. Uh-oh, buttons are getting pushed. I didn't mean to push. Sorry, guys. There we go. Right, here's the 5-ounce bar from First Mint. It fits in here nicely, but you can put whatever you want in these, and it gets buried in the ground. It comes with a plastic sleeve. You dig a little hole. Okay, that's super cool. These are very sturdy, very well made. Here's the sleeve that comes with it. Okay, you bury this in the ground. This goes into the sleeve. This cap goes on top. It's got this really cool, everything about this is first class, high quality, right? You cover it with earth, and then you have, just like the pirates did, right, your own buried treasure. Don't tell anybody where you put it. And hold on, I'll just leave that there for now. Wow, we're going off the rails here. All right, let's go out. I want to say thank you to wow, thank you, Yusuf Mansoon. Thank you from the AE, gave me 25 AED. You're always right. Salute from Syria. Thank you, my friend. Man, that's so cool, guys. People in the precious, that again, this is a big reason why we can be excited about silver and gold, right? Our friend Yusuf, I apologize if I pronounce, is in Syria. Gold and silver are valuable everywhere in the world, and they always have been. And that's a big deal. We've got over 200 thumbs up, according to upstairs Susie, my lovely wife. So we are going to ring the golden gong 3 times. We are in for a wild ride. Thank you again for being here. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Leave a comment. We want to hear from you. We want to learn from you. Most important, take care. Thanks for joining us down here, and we'll see you, yes, you, soon.